Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. In case you didn't know, my name is Todd Bryson. I'm an Akashic Records practitioner. I offer a variety of different services and products that have been tailored to help you remember who you are and why you came to this little place called Earth. If you have any questions about those things, feel free to reach out and ask. Today, I come with a message of hope. I come with a message of preparedness and being ready for what's to come. And you should know that our cosmic friends are very excited about the phase of energy that we've just entered into. And the old souls, the ground team who have been here working for such a long time, have been holding space so that the opportunities that we're capitalizing on now can come into being in a way that is appropriate and effective for everybody who's incarnated here. We really have, on the front lines, felt the brunt of all of these shifting energies, and the universe, Gaia, humanity, consciousness, these are all very delicate things. When there's any kind of change introduced, it is all hands on deck. So you think about everything that you've been through, and I don't mean just this lifetime, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. I want to tell you how long you've been doing this, how that sense of excitement and urgency that you have for everything that's unfolding, that is not coming from just your innate awareness of what's going on here. It's coming from lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of you working the Ascension puzzle. And I know we wake up this time around and we kind of have the awareness that this is the first time we've done this. We've been asleep for a really long time. Since I became an Akashic Records practitioner, everything I see in the records contradicts that. So, when you're in session with me, the records have a lot of different things that they want to show you. They want to show you places you've been, lessons that you've learned, things that you've achieved, but they also want to show you how you were working the Ascension puzzle in other places and time and energies that you existed in. So that sense of excitement and opportunity and readiness that you have been feeling for such a long time, it's coming from places that you've awakened before, as well as what you're experiencing now. So I have seen lifetime after lifetime after lifetime where the Lemurians have woken up in certain kinds of energies and made adjustments so that we could encounter the shift in consciousness that we're in now much earlier than what we would have otherwise. So the Creator has been using his light workers and his old souls, his Lemurians, strategically over time so that we got from point A to point B in the most efficient, comfortable way possible. And it's interesting to look back at human history and think that that was the most appropriate path for us to take. But going forward, the guides would like you to be mindful that the Ascension energies that you're working with are not being solely generated from your now experience. And you have been working this Ascension puzzle on behalf of Gaia and humanity, in some cases for thousands and thousands of years. And it's funny to think about, lifetimes that we've lived and experienced where we were aware of the shift that we're going through now, and we're putting the puzzle pieces in place for ourselves in a future timeline. So you should know how important what's going on here is, how strategic everything that has happened here has had to be. Everything, there is no margin for error. Everything has to play out in a way that is compatible for love, compassion, joy, and all of those things to manifest and flourish for the long term. Our galactic friends are very excited at the potential of everybody here on the surface getting to experience and participate in the awakening the way that the old souls have. So it won't be to the level that the old souls have, but your everyday person is going to start to be more inquisitive about their own existence. People are going to want to know the things that you know. They're going to want to know why they're here. They're going to want to know what their soul is and how big is it. They want to know if the Creator knows them and if they're loved personally, individually in that way. People want to know what was the purpose of participating in this experiment that was meant to divide us from who we truly are. And you and I both know, as soon as those kinds of questions start going through your field, they don't stop, and there's a thirst that you cannot quench until you've thoroughly examined yourself, your being, and this experience from top to bottom. And we all know what that does, and that leads to more questions and more things to be understood and experienced. So pay very close attention to the days ahead. Is your assignment as a light worker going to change? Is your skill set going to change? Are you going to now remember more about who you are and what you can do? Are you going to continue to blaze a trail for others now that you have an understanding of what they're going to go through? Everybody in this experience is not going to wake up and have full remembrance. That is something that the old souls have earned. But what they are going to achieve, and this could still take some time, they are going to have embedded in them a knowingness that they are worthy, that they are loved by the Creator, and every action, thought, and motion that they take in this dimension is important. It is recorded, and it is affecting the greater whole of things. And I'm not sure greater whole was the word that I wanted to use there, but here we are. I want to talk about something that the guides said, and this is very relevant for you. The seers are going to start feeling, and the feelers are going to start seeing. You are probably aware that old souls are diverse in their skill set. Some of your strengths might be weaknesses to me. Some of my strengths might be weaknesses to you. Your experience akashically might gear you or make you more successful in certain endeavors or pursuits, when my experience might have determined a different assignment for me. But you should know that to this point, we've been capitalizing on our Akashic potential and experience. But at the soul level, we are all the same. We come with the same hardware. We come with the same processes universally and procedures that are beneficial, nurturing, and fulfilling to us. So with that being said, I want to talk about your third eye. And this has been my area of focus for a very long time. I have also written an article that's going to discuss in greater detail how to open the third eye and keep it open so that you can start to have multidimensional experiences. So go ahead and take a look at that if you would like. It's in the description. Something you should know about the third eye is that it is a spiritual operating system that requires specific conditions energetically and consciously in order to function. Meaning that you can have a high consciousness and a low functioning third eye because energetically the conditions are not right. You can have the perfect conditions energetically, but you can have a low functioning third eye because your awareness or your perception of what it is not quite there. So what the old souls are being asked to do is to raise their consciousness while maintaining the proper energetic conditions that will allow your third eye to stay open and participating in this experience in the way that it's meant to. And I want to tell you the most important thing that you should realize about the third eye is that the activation that you're waiting for is not in the technology itself, but it is in your awareness. meaning that you have to be aware of what the third eye can and can't do in order to get the benefits from it. You have to be aware that the third eye requires certain conditions and disciplines in order to open itself and sustain itself to function in that way. A lot of our family members right now have no restrictions on accessing their technology. What they are waiting for is their perception and their knowledge of what that technology is and how to use it to catch up. Most of the ground crew are functioning in a state of energetic overload, meaning that they are participating in the illusion for long stretches of time without consciously observing how they are and how they're feeling energetically. If you want your third eye to open, if you want your third eye to open and stay open, you need to give yourself a long period of time where you're disciplined and living the right way to remember how it feels and to experience what its full potential is. And I know you and I don't have the benefit of isolating ourselves in the hills of Tibet long enough away from the illusion to figure out what it feels like. But what you can do is that you can examine yourself energetically every single day. You can make an assessment of what needs adjustment, what needs a tune-up, what needs a little bit more love. And just the simple approach of examining and observing yourself every day from a higher perspective, and then consciously taking action to correct whatever you've deemed out of balance, is all it really takes to get out of that state of overload back into balance, where everything can function and observe and feed you information properly. Where we get ourselves in trouble is that we go weeks and weeks and weeks without really taking a look at ourselves and nurturing and caring for ourselves energetically. And then we don't get the chance to experience the feedback the third eye is giving us, uninterrupted by all the other obligations that are overriding it. The time is now to remember how to use your third eye, something that you have as old souls mastered in the universal space. The time is now to remember the relationship that your third eye has, not just to the spiritual parts, but the non-spiritual parts. It is time for the ground crew to use the third eye, not only as a tool to navigate and visualize, but as a tool to experience and feel. If you're an old soul who is awakened and is listening to this message, the chances are that your third eye is open and healthy. The challenge for you is to use that third eye to unify your being in a space that is constantly and consistently trying to divide you. Now is the time to take the disciplined approach, because what you need to do is give yourself a window of opportunity to experience what life is like with the veil removed, with all of your assets at your disposal. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, you guys. I will see you very soon. Thank you very much.